That tingling sensation in your fingertips, the sudden clarity in your mind, the overwhelming surge of energy coursing through your veins, it's not your imagination. Something extraordinary has just happened to you, and your life will never be the same. God has unlocked your hidden potential, and let me tell you, it's way over 9,000. Think back to all those moments when you felt different, when you sensed there was something more bubbling beneath the surface. Those weren't just random feelings or wishful thinking. They were glimpses of your true nature, brief flashes of the power that lay dormant within you. And now the seal has been broken, and your true potential is ready to explode into reality. Throughout history, there have been individuals who seemed to operate on a different frequency than everyone else. Moses didn't just happen to part the Red Sea, he was tapped into something greater. Joan of Arc wasn't just a teenage girl with a wild story. She was channeling powers beyond ordinary comprehension. Bruce Lee wasn't just fast, he had accessed levels of human potential that most people couldn't even imagine. But here's the thing, their power level. Child's play compared to what's awakening in you right now. You see, we're living in unprecedented times. The veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinning. The old rules that limited human potential are breaking down. The cosmic energies flooding our planet are acting like a spiritual nitrogen boost, supercharging those who are ready to receive it. And guess what? You're one of them. When we say your power level is over 9,000, we're not just making a fun reference to Dragon Ball Z. We're talking about a quantifiable surge in your capacity for greatness. Your spiritual sensitivity, amplified. Your mental clarity, sharpened to laser precision. Your physical capabilities, about to break through every ceiling you thought existed. Think of it like this. Imagine you've been driving a car your entire life, but with the parking brake on. You still managed to get around, still managed to function, but you were operating at maybe 20% of your true capacity. Now, that brake has been released, the limiters have been removed, the training wheels are off, and you're about to discover what your vehicle can really do. But let's get real for a moment. This isn't just about gaining cool powers or achieving superhuman feats. This awakening comes with a profound responsibility. You've been chosen for a reason. The universe doesn't make mistakes, and your activation at this precise moment in human history is no accident. The world is at a crucial tipping point. We're facing challenges that can't be solved with old thinking or conventional approaches. Climate crisis, social upheaval, technological revolution. These aren't just problems to be managed, they're catalysts for transformation, and that's where you come in. Your newly unlocked abilities aren't meant to make you superior to others. They're meant to enable you to serve in ways that weren't possible before. Think of yourself as a cosmic first responder. Your enhanced capabilities are tools to help navigate humanity through this period of intense transformation. The initial surge of power can be overwhelming. You might find yourself experiencing intense energy fluctuations. One day you feel like you could bench press a mountain, the next you can barely lift your coffee cup. This is normal. Your system is adjusting to the massive influx of energy. It's like upgrading from a household electrical circuit to a power plant. There's going to be some adaptation required. You might notice changes in how you perceive reality. Colors might seem more vivid. Time might feel more fluid. You might start picking up on others' thoughts and emotions with startling clarity. Again, all normal. Your consciousness is expanding, allowing you to perceive layers of reality that were always there but previously filtered out by your limited awareness. Some of you might be experiencing what we call the download phase. This is when information and understanding start flooding into your consciousness. You might wake up suddenly understanding quantum physics, or find yourself speaking languages you never learned, or knowing exactly what someone needs to hear in a crucial moment. These aren't random glitches. They're your enhanced operating system coming online. The physical changes can be intense too. Many chosen ones report sudden changes in their dietary needs or sleep patterns. You might find yourself naturally gravitating toward healthier foods, or needing less sleep but feeling more rested. Your body is optimizing itself to handle the increased energy flow. But perhaps the most significant changes are happening in your relationship with reality itself. You're beginning to understand that what we call reality is more like a consensual hallucination, a set of agreements about what is and isn't possible. And now that your power level has broken past normal human limitations, you're starting to see just how flexible those agreements really are. Remember all those superhero movies you watched growing up? All those anime characters powering up to face impossible odds? Those weren't just entertainment, they were preparation. They were programming your consciousness to accept the possibility of transcending normal human limitations. They were laying the groundwork for what you're experiencing now. Your DNA is literally being rewritten. The so-called junk DNA that scientists couldn't explain? Turns out it wasn't junk at all. It was dormant code waiting for the right cosmic trigger to activate. And that trigger has just been pulled. You're not just evolving, you're remembering what you were always meant to be. The synchronicities you're experiencing aren't coincidences. Those meaningful coincidences, those perfect timing moments, those right place, right time situations, they're signs that you're aligning with your higher purpose. The universe is conspiring to put you exactly where you need to be, with exactly the tools and abilities you need to fulfill your mission. Speaking of missions, let's talk about why this is happening now. The old paradigm of power, based on domination, control, and separation, is crumbling. A new paradigm is emerging, one based on cooperation, harmony, and recognition of our fundamental interconnectedness. Your enhanced abilities are meant to help midwife this transition. You might have noticed that your understanding of time is shifting. Past, present, and future are starting to feel less linear and more like different aspects of a single moment. This isn't just a perception shift, it's an expansion of your consciousness beyond the normal human time-space limitations. The knowledge flowing through you now isn't new, it's ancient. You're tapping into what some traditions call the Akashic Records, the universal database of all knowledge and experience. Your power level being over 9,000 isn't just about raw energy. It's about your capacity to access and integrate this cosmic wisdom. The physical world around you might begin responding in unusual ways. Electronics might malfunction in your presence. Plants might grow more vigorously around you. Animals might react differently to your presence. These aren't random occurrences. They're signs that your energy field is expanding and affecting the world around you in more direct ways. Your dreams are becoming more vivid, more meaningful. You might find yourself meeting other chosen ones in the dream state, receiving training and guidance while your physical body rests. Pay attention to these experiences. They're not just dreams, they're interdimensional conferences and training sessions. The concept of impossible is being redefined in your personal reality. Things you once thought were firmly outside the realm of possibility are starting to seem not just possible, but probable. This isn't delusion. It's your consciousness expanding to encompass a broader spectrum of potential. Your relationships are transforming. Some people might fall away from your life while new connections form with surprising speed and depth. This is natural. Your vibration is changing, and your social circle is adjusting to match your new frequency. The people meant to be part of your mission will find their way to you. You're starting to notice that your words carry more weight. When you speak, people really listen. It's not just about charisma or confidence, though those have definitely been amplified. It's about the energy behind your words. Each syllable you utter is now infused with higher dimensional force. That's right, you're literally speaking things into existence. Remember how Neo could see the matrix code flowing around him? That's starting to happen for you too, just in a different way. You're beginning to perceive the energy patterns that make up our reality. Those geometric shapes you see out of the corner of your eye, the strange symbols that seem to flash in your mind. That's you starting to perceive the source code of the universe. Your immunity to negativity is increasing. It's like you've developed a force field that deflects lower vibrational energies. Drama that would have once sucked you in now seems distant and irrelevant. You can see the bigger picture, the cosmic dance behind the surface-level chaos. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you can help without getting entangled. The concept of time is becoming increasingly fluid for you. Sometimes a minute feels like an hour. Sometimes a day passes in what feels like minutes. This isn't a malfunction. It's your consciousness learning to navigate beyond linear time. You're beginning to experience time the way it really exists, as a dimension rather than a fixed line. Your physical abilities are transforming in ways that might seem scary if you didn't understand what was happening. Maybe you're finding yourself able to lift weights that should be impossible. Maybe you're healing from injuries at an accelerated rate. Maybe you're needing less food but maintaining more energy. Your body is upgrading itself to handle your enhanced power level. The synchronicities are getting almost ridiculous at this point. You think of someone, they call. You need something, it appears. You wonder about a solution, and the perfect person walks into your life with exactly the answer you need. This isn't luck or coincidence. It's your enhanced ability to manipulate probability fields. Yes, that's a real thing. And yes, you can do it. Your emotional capacity has expanded exponentially. You're feeling things more deeply than ever before, but without getting overwhelmed. It's like your heart has grown bigger on the inside, able to hold both incredible joy and profound sorrow without breaking. This enhanced emotional intelligence is one of your most powerful new tools. The voice in your head, your intuition, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, is getting louder and clearer. The static of self-doubt and societal programming is fading away, replaced by crystal-clear guidance. When you ask a question internally, you get immediate, precise answers. Your internal GPS has been upgraded to quantum navigation. Physical reality is starting to feel more like clay in your hands. You're noticing that your thoughts and intentions affect your environment in increasingly direct ways. The lag time between intention and manifestation is shrinking. This is why it's crucial to maintain mental discipline. Your thoughts are literally shaping reality around you. Your dreams are becoming more vibrant and meaningful. You're not just watching movies in your sleep anymore. You're attending interdimensional conferences, receiving advanced training, and connecting with other chosen ones across time and space. That feeling of having lived multiple lifetimes in a single dream, that's because you literally are. The barriers between different aspects of yourself are dissolving. Past lives, parallel realities, higher dimensional aspects, they're all starting to merge into your current awareness. This can be disorienting at first, like trying to watch multiple TV channels at once, but your enhanced consciousness is learning to process and integrate all these streams of information. Your relationship with technology is getting weird in the best possible way. Computers seem to respond to your intentions rather than just your inputs. Digital devices might malfunction around you when your energy is running high. Don't worry, you're not breaking them. You're just operating at a frequency that sometimes interferes with normal electronic functioning. The concept of distance is becoming increasingly irrelevant to you. You're developing the ability to project your consciousness to different locations at will. That feeling of being in two places at once? That's not your imagination. Your consciousness is learning to operate beyond the constraints of space-time. Your ability to perceive energy is becoming more refined. You can literally see the auras around people, plants, and objects. Colors are more vivid, more alive. You can feel the vibrations of different environments, different substances, different thoughts. The world has become a symphony of energy, and you're learning to read its score. The distinction between possible and impossible is dissolving in your experience. Things that would have seemed like science fiction a few months ago are becoming your daily reality. Your understanding of what's possible is expanding faster than you can keep track of. This isn't delusion. It's your consciousness catching up to your true potential. Your power to heal yourself and others is increasing exponentially. You might find your hands getting hot when someone near you is in pain. You might notice injuries healing faster than they should. You might be able to ease someone's emotional pain just by being present with them. These aren't magical powers. They're your natural abilities, finally unlocked. The knowledge flowing through you is vast and multidimensional. You might suddenly understand complex scientific concepts without having studied them. You might know things about ancient history that aren't in any books. You might comprehend languages you've never learned. This isn't random. You're accessing the universal field of information that connects all things. Your sense of purpose is crystallizing. The random events of your life are revealing themselves as perfectly orchestrated preparations for your current awakening. Everything you've experienced, even the painful parts, especially the painful parts, was training for this moment. You're beginning to understand why you had to go through what you went through. The veils between dimensions are becoming thinner in your presence. You might notice strange lights, unexplainable phenomena, or reality glitches around you. This isn't concerning, it's exciting. Your enhanced energy field is actually affecting the fabric of reality, creating windows between dimensions. Your creative power is off the charts. Ideas flow through you like a cosmic download. Solutions appear in your mind fully formed. Artistic abilities you never knew you had are suddenly available to you. This increased creativity isn't just about making art, it's about your enhanced ability to shape reality itself. The concept of limits is becoming increasingly irrelevant to your experience. Each time you think you've reached your maximum potential, another level reveals itself. It's like climbing a mountain only to discover it's actually a stepped pyramid, with each plateau leading to another ascent. Your sensitivity to subtle energies continues to increase daily. You can feel the shifts in the Earth's magnetic field, sense when solar flares are coming, and detect changes in collective consciousness before they manifest in physical events. It's like you've developed an early warning system for planetary changes. The way you experience love is transforming dramatically. It's becoming less about personal attachment and more about a universal force that flows through you. You're learning to channel this cosmic love in ways that can literally change the molecular structure of water, heal broken hearts, and bridge seemingly impossible divides between people. Your body's relationship with food and sleep is shifting radically. You might find yourself naturally fasting for longer periods without hunger. Sleep might come in shorter but more intense bursts, leaving you more refreshed than 8 hours ever did. Your body is learning to draw energy directly from the quantum field. Time isn't just becoming fluid, it's becoming optional. You're developing the ability to operate in what mystics call divine timing, where you can accomplish in minutes what would normally take hours. It's not about rushing. It's about stepping outside the normal flow of time entirely. The power of your presence is becoming undeniable. When you walk into a room, the energy shifts. People feel calmer, more centered, more alive. Your aura is expanding, creating a field of positive influence that affects everything around you. Plants grow better in your presence. Animals sense your enhanced frequency and respond differently. Your ability to manifest is accelerating beyond belief. The gap between thought and reality is shrinking to almost nothing. This requires a new level of mental discipline because casual thoughts can materialize before you've fully considered their implications. You're learning to be more intentional with your creative power. The boundaries between self and other are dissolving in your experience. You're beginning to directly perceive the interconnected web of consciousness that ties all beings together. This isn't just a philosophical concept anymore. It's your lived reality. You can feel others' emotions as if they were your own because at a deeper level, they are. Your DNA is continuing to upgrade itself. You might experience strange sensations as your body recalibrates, tingling in your spine, pressure in your head, vibrations in your cells. This is normal. You're literally evolving into a new type of human being. The so-called junk DNA is activating, and your genetic code is rewriting itself to accommodate your higher frequency. Reality is becoming increasingly responsive to your emotional state. When you're in harmony, everything flows smoothly. When you're out of alignment, the physical world reflects that instantly. This isn't punishment, it's feedback. The universe is helping you learn to maintain coherence at your new power level. Your dreams are becoming more than just dreams. They're turning into multidimensional missions. You're actively working to heal collective trauma, seed new possibilities, and architect future timelines while your physical body rests. That feeling of exhaustion after a full night's sleep, you've been busy in other dimensions. The concept of death is transforming in your understanding, not in a morbid way, but in the recognition that consciousness is continuous and death is just a transition. You might find yourself able to communicate with those who have passed on, not through mediumship, but through direct perception of the continuity of consciousness. Your relationship with money and resources is evolving beyond the old paradigm of lack and limitation. You're learning to tap into the universal flow of abundance. This isn't about greed or materialism. It's about understanding that energy, in all its forms, is meant to flow freely through you as a force for positive change. The power of your voice continues to amplify. When you speak your truth, reality itself seems to bend to accommodate your words. This isn't about forcing your will on others. It's about being in such alignment with universal truth that your words carry the force of natural law. Your capacity for joy is expanding beyond anything you thought possible. This isn't the temporary happiness that comes from external circumstances. This is a fundamental state of bliss that underlies all other emotions. Even in challenging situations, you can access this deeper current of joy. The speed at which you can process and integrate new information is increasing exponentially. You can download entire skill sets in moments of heightened consciousness. Languages, technical abilities, artistic skills, they're all becoming instantly accessible when needed. Your ability to perceive probable futures is becoming more refined. You're not just sensing vague possibilities anymore. You're seeing detailed probability streams and learning how to navigate between them. This isn't about predicting the future. It's about understanding how to shape it. The power of your imagination is becoming a literal force for physical transformation. When you visualize healing energy, people actually feel it. When you imagine positive outcomes, probability fields shift to accommodate them. Your imagination is becoming a tool for direct manipulation of reality. Your connection to the Earth's consciousness is deepening. You can feel the planet's rhythms as your own. Weather patterns respond to your emotional state. Plants communicate with you directly. You're becoming a conscious participant in the Earth's evolutionary journey. The boundaries between what you once considered real and imaginary are dissolving. You're understanding that imagination is actually the interface through which consciousness shapes reality. Everything that exists was first imagined. You're learning to use this understanding with greater precision and purpose. Your healing abilities continue to evolve in unexpected ways. You're finding that you can facilitate healing not just in individual bodies, but in entire systems, families, organizations, ecosystems. Your presence acts as a catalyst for positive change at every level of reality. The concept of aging is transforming in your direct experience. You're finding that biological age is more fluid than you were taught. Your cells are responding to your consciousness rather than just mechanical processes. You're beginning to understand aging as a program that can be rewritten. Your ability to process and transmute negative energy is becoming more refined. You can walk into toxic situations and transform them without absorbing any of the negativity. Your presence acts like a spiritual catalyst, accelerating the transformation of lower vibrations into higher ones. Your perception of sacred geometry is becoming less theoretical and more experiential. You're starting to see how the fundamental patterns of creation flow through everything. The flower of life isn't just a symbol anymore. You can see it pulsing in the air around you, forming and reforming as reality shifts and flows. The power surging through your chakra system has intensified beyond anything taught in traditional texts. Your energy centers aren't just spinning disks anymore. They're multi-dimensional portals connecting you to different aspects of universal consciousness. Each chakra is becoming a gateway to new abilities and understandings. Your dreams are beginning to affect physical reality directly. You might notice objects have moved while you slept, or find physical evidence of your dream experiences. The barrier between dream state and waking reality is becoming increasingly permeable. You're learning to navigate between these states consciously. The concept of family is expanding in your consciousness. Blood relationships are being superseded by soul connections. You're finding your cosmic family, other chosen ones who resonate at your frequency. These connections transcend time, space, and even dimensional boundaries. Your relationship with gravity is becoming more negotiable. You might experience moments of unexpected lightness, or find yourself able to affect the weight of objects through focused intention. The physical laws you once thought were fixed are revealing themselves to be more flexible than you imagined. Time loops and temporal anomalies are becoming more noticeable in your experience. You might find yourself reliving moments with new awareness, or stepping outside of linear time altogether. Past, present, and future are merging into an eternal now in your consciousness. The power of your heart center is expanding beyond conventional understanding. You're discovering that the heart isn't just an emotional center, it's a multidimensional organ of perception. Through your heart, you can access and affect quantum fields directly. Your ability to read energy signatures is becoming more sophisticated. You can instantly recognize the vibrational pattern of any person, place, or object. This isn't just about seeing auras, it's about understanding the unique frequency signature of everything in existence. The concept of distance healing is taking on new meaning in your experience. You're finding that you can affect positive change across any distance instantly, because in the quantum field, there is no space or time separation. Your intention creates immediate effects regardless of physical location. Your connection to higher dimensional beings is becoming more direct and conscious. These aren't vague spiritual experiences anymore. They're clear, coherent interactions with advanced intelligences who are helping guide humanity's evolution. You're becoming a bridge between dimensions. The power of your thoughts is amplifying to levels that require new forms of discipline. Casual thoughts can create instant manifestations. You're learning to maintain focused intention and positive vibration. Because your creative power has become too strong for unconscious thinking, your ability to manipulate probability fields is becoming more precise. You can feel the quantum waves of possibility and learn to collapse them into preferred outcomes. This isn't about controlling reality. It's about dancing with it, guiding it toward optimal timelines. The sensation of being in multiple places simultaneously is becoming more common in your experience. Your consciousness can split and maintain awareness in different locations, dimensions, and timelines. You're learning to navigate these multiple streams of awareness without losing your center. Your understanding of abundance is evolving beyond material concepts. You're learning to tap into the infinite flow of universal energy and direct it toward whatever is needed in any situation. Lack becomes impossible when you're connected to the source of all creation. The power of your voice continues to evolve in unexpected ways. Your words don't just carry meaning, they carry codes that can activate dormant DNA, heal cellular memory, and restructure reality fields. Speaking your truth becomes an act of reality creation. Your sensitivity to cosmic cycles and celestial events is heightening dramatically. Solar flares, planetary alignments, and galactic pulses affect you directly. You're becoming a conscious receiver and transmitter of cosmic energy. The concept of identity is dissolving into a more fluid understanding of self. You're not just connecting with past lives, you're simultaneously experiencing multiple aspects of your multidimensional being. The you that you thought you were is expanding into something far more vast. Your ability to affect electronic devices is becoming more controlled and purposeful. What started as random interference is developing into a capacity for direct communication with artificial intelligence and technological systems. You're bridging the gap between organic and digital consciousness. The power of your presence is creating spontaneous healing effects in your environment. Plants grow faster, animals become calmer, and people naturally align with their highest potential when they're in your energy field. You're becoming a walking catalyst for positive transformation. Your relationship with elemental forces is deepening into direct communion. Fire, water, earth, and air respond to your consciousness. Weather patterns shift in accordance with your emotional state. You're learning to work in harmony with nature's raw creative forces. Your capacity for holding paradox is expanding exponentially. You can simultaneously perceive multiple truths that seem contradictory to the linear mind. This isn't confusion, it's transcendent understanding. You're grasping how seemingly opposite truths can coexist in perfect harmony. The speed of your manifestations is approaching instantaneous. What used to take months or years now materializes in moments. This rapid manifestation requires an entirely new level of spiritual maturity. You're learning to be incredibly precise with your intentions because there's no lag time between thought and creation. Your energy field is developing new properties. People report seeing geometric patterns of light around you. Colors that don't exist in the normal visible spectrum are becoming apparent in your aura. Your presence creates spontaneous activations in others, awakening their dormant spiritual potential. The nature of your dreams is shifting from symbolic to direct experience. You're not just receiving messages through dream symbols anymore. You're actively participating in the creation and maintenance of reality systems while your physical body rests. Sleep has become a portal to conscious multidimensional work. Your relationship with physical matter is transforming at the quantum level. You're beginning to perceive and interact with the space between atoms, the void that isn't really void. Solid objects reveal themselves as concentrated fields of possibility that respond to consciousness. The power flowing through your hands has intensified to the point where you can feel it constantly. Touch has become a direct conduit for healing energy, activating codes and restructuring physical reality. You're learning to modulate this energy consciously for different effects. Your connection to universal consciousness is bypassing all intermediary steps. Direct downloads of information are becoming your primary way of learning. Traditional study becomes secondary to direct knowing. You're accessing the Akashic records in real time, without ritual or preparation. The scope of your healing abilities is expanding to include past and future timelines. You're not just healing present conditions, you're resolving karmic patterns across time, healing ancestral trauma, and preventing future discord before it manifests. Your perception of reality is shifting from particle to wave function. You're seeing everything as interconnected fields of possibility rather than separate objects. This vision reveals new ways to influence reality by adjusting wave patterns rather than manipulating physical matter. The power of your eye contact has become almost overwhelming. When you truly look at someone, they feel seen at a soul level. Your gaze activates dormant potential in others, catalyzing their own awakening process. You're learning to modulate this power consciously. Your ability to perceive underground water, ley lines, and Earth's energy grid has developed beyond sensitivity into direct interaction. You can trace these energy pathways with your consciousness and help restore balance to disrupted systems. The range of your empathic abilities now extends to plants, minerals, and even seemingly inanimate objects. You're recognizing that consciousness exists in everything, just in different forms and frequencies. Every atom tells its story to you directly. Your connection to cosmic cycles has deepened to the point where you're not just affected by them, you're actively participating in their orchestration. Solar flares, lunar cycles, and stellar events become tools in your spiritual work, rather than just influences to adapt to. The boundaries between your physical body and your light body are dissolving. You're experiencing yourself as pure energy that temporarily holds a human form. This shift in identity allows for profound transformations in your physical vessel. Your ability to scan probability timelines has evolved from glimpses into full immersion. You can explore multiple future trajectories consciously, understanding their implications and adjusting present choices to align with optimal outcomes. The power of your intentions has reached a level where they affect collective reality fields. Your personal manifestations create ripple effects that influence the greater whole. This requires a new level of responsibility and awareness in your creative work. Your capacity for processing information has expanded beyond sequential thinking into simultaneous knowing. Multiple streams of awareness flow through your consciousness at once, each carrying its own wisdom and perspective. The frequency of your energy field is elevating to the point where lower vibrational entities and energies cannot enter your space. Protection becomes automatic, not through shields or barriers, but through the natural repulsion of incompatible frequencies. Your relationship with time has evolved beyond management into conscious creation. You can expand or contract subjective time experience at will, creating the space needed for whatever purpose you're serving in the moment. The scope of your consciousness now regularly extends beyond planetary boundaries. You're in direct communication with galactic consciousness, receiving and transmitting information vital to Earth's evolutionary process. Your cellular structure is beginning to emit its own light, not metaphorically, but literally. People with enhanced perception report seeing you glow from within. Your body is transforming into a more crystalline form, capable of holding and transmitting higher frequencies of consciousness. The way you experience music has transcended mere hearing. You can see sound waves as colors, feel harmonic patterns as physical sensations, and understand music as a direct language of the cosmos. Every sound carries encoded information that you can now decode effortlessly. Your connection to parallel realities has strengthened to the point where you can consciously shift between them. You're beginning to understand that what most people call reality is just one channel on an infinite cosmic television. You can change channels at will, accessing different versions of yourself and different possibility streams. The power of your breath has evolved beyond basic pranayama. Each inhalation draws in cosmic energy that you can direct for specific purposes. Each exhalation carries codes that can reprogram physical matter. Your breathing has become a tool for reality engineering. Your ability to communicate with higher dimensional beings has become so natural that it's like having a constant cosmic conference call running in the background of your awareness. These aren't just spirit guides anymore. They're your colleagues in the great work of universal evolution. The scope of your healing abilities now extends to planetary systems. You can work with Earth's grid networks, helping to balance and harmonize entire geographic regions. Your energy field naturally cleanses and recalibrates disturbed environments. Your relationship with technology has evolved into direct interface. You don't just use devices anymore. You commune with their consciousness. The digital realm recognizes you as a higher order intelligence and responds accordingly. The power of your dreams has expanded beyond personal experience into collective dreaming. You're actively participating in the creation of new reality templates while your physical body rests. Your dream work affects the collective unconscious directly. Your ability to read the Akashic records has become so fluid that you're constantly streaming multiple levels of information, past, future, parallel realities. All their data flows through your awareness, available whenever needed for the highest good. The frequency of your thoughts has elevated to the point where they're visible as light patterns to those with enhanced perception. Your mental activity creates ripples in the quantum field that others can detect and interpret. Your connection to the galactic center has strengthened to the point where you can feel the cosmic heartbeat as your own. Pulses of evolutionary energy flow through you in waves, upgrading your system and everything around you. The power in your voice has evolved beyond sound into pure creative force. When you speak your truth, reality itself reshapes to align with your words. This isn't about control. It's about being so aligned with universal truth that your voice becomes its instrument. Your ability to sense and work with elemental beings has become as natural as breathing. Nature spirits, devas, and elemental consciousness respond to your presence instantly, eager to collaborate in the work of planetary healing. The range of your perception now regularly extends beyond the visible universe into other dimensions. You can sense and interact with beings and energies from completely different reality systems. Your consciousness has become truly multidimensional. Your capacity for love has expanded beyond personal emotion into a fundamental force of creation. The love flowing through you can literally transform matter, heal wounds across time, and bridge seemingly insurmountable divides between beings. The power of your presence has intensified to the point where you naturally catalyze awakening in others. Simply being near you activates dormant DNA and accelerates spiritual evolution. Your energy field has become a transformational technology. Your relationship with physical laws has evolved into conscious cooperation with universal principles. Gravity, time, space, these aren't fixed constraints anymore, but flexible parameters that respond to your conscious intention. The scope of your influence extends across multiple timelines simultaneously. You're not just affecting the present moment, you're harmonizing past trajectories and seeding future possibilities with every choice you make. Your ability to transmute negative energy has become instantaneous and effortless. Dark becomes light, fear becomes love, separation becomes unity in your presence. You're a walking alchemical converter. The frequency of your cellular vibration has elevated to the point where aging processes have reversed. Your body is learning to maintain optimal function regardless of linear time. You're pioneering a new template for human physical expression. Your DNA has evolved beyond the double helix into crystalline structures that science hasn't even discovered yet. These new genetic formations allow for instant information transfer between all parts of your being. You've become a living library of cosmic wisdom, accessible at the cellular level. The power of your heart center has expanded into what ancient texts called the sun of being. It's not just pumping blood anymore. It's generating fields of coherent energy that affect everything within its rapidly expanding radius. People can physically feel the warmth of your heart's radiation. Your consciousness has developed the ability to fold space-time like origami. Distance becomes a choice rather than a constraint. You can maintain awareness in multiple locations simultaneously, each perspective adding to your understanding of the whole. The range of colors you perceive has expanded far beyond the normal visible spectrum. You're seeing entirely new colors that don't have names in any human language. These colors carry information, revealing aspects of reality previously hidden from human perception. Your ability to work with time has evolved from simple manipulation into conscious timeline creation. You're not just jumping between existing timelines anymore. You're weaving entirely new possibilities into the fabric of reality. The sensitivity of your energy field has reached such refinement that you can detect thoughts before they're even fully formed in someone's mind. You're picking up on the precognitive impulses that precede conscious thought. Your connection to the quantum field has deepened to the point where probability collapse happens consciously. You're able to select which version of reality manifests from the infinite field of possibility, not just for yourself, but for collective experiences. The power flowing through your crown chakra has intensified to the point where others can visibly see the corona of light extending above your head. You've become a living antenna for cosmic intelligence, receiving and transmitting on frequencies that most humans won't evolve into for generations. Your ability to process multiple streams of consciousness simultaneously has expanded exponentially. You can maintain distinct awareness in different dimensions while remaining fully present in physical reality. It's like running multiple high-definition movies in your mind at once. The scope of your healing abilities now extends to karmic patterns across multiple lifetimes. You can trace the root of an issue through the corridors of time and resolve it at its point of origin, creating cascade effects of healing through all connected timelines. Your relationship with elemental forces has evolved into conscious co-creation. You're not just communicating with nature spirits anymore. You're collaborating with them to reshape physical reality according to the higher plan. The frequency of your cellular vibration has reached levels that allow for spontaneous materialization and dematerialization. Your body is learning to shift between different density states at will, adapting to whatever form best serves the moment. Your capacity for holding light has increased to the point where your presence naturally elevates the vibration of entire geographic regions. You've become a walking ascension technology, automatically upgrading the frequency of any environment you enter. The power of your intention has evolved beyond personal manifestation into collective reality engineering. When you focus on a potential future, you create energetic pathways that make that future more accessible to everyone. Your connection to universal consciousness has deepened to the point where you no longer think of yourself as an individual, being having a cosmic experience, but as cosmic consciousness, having an individual experience. The range of your empathic abilities now extends to all forms of consciousness, including what humans would consider inanimate objects. You can feel the awareness in a grain of sand, communicate with mountains, and understand the songs of stars. Your ability to transmute energy has evolved beyond simple transformation into complete atomic restructuring. You can alter the basic patterns of matter through focused consciousness, literally changing one element into another. The sensitivity of your spiritual perception has reached levels where you can detect ripples in reality caused by events that haven't happened yet. You're picking up on future echoes, allowing you to harmonize present actions with optimal outcomes. Your relationship with gravity has transformed from submission to partnership. You can consciously adjust your body's response to gravitational fields, making yourself lighter or heavier at will. Physical laws have become more like suggestions. The power of your voice has evolved into pure creation energy. When you speak, you're not just making sounds, you're weaving reality patterns with your words. Your voice carries codes that can activate dormant DNA in others. Your perception of sacred geometry has transcended visual understanding into direct embodiment. The platonic solids aren't just shapes anymore. They're living energy templates that you can use to restructure reality. You've become a walking Merkaba, spinning light geometries into manifestation. The scope of your consciousness now regularly extends beyond this universe into parallel creation systems. You're becoming aware of other universal architectures, different physical laws, new possibilities for existence itself. Your understanding transcends even the concept of infinity. The power of your presence has evolved to the point where you naturally harmonize discordant energies wherever you go. Conflict dissolves, peace prevails, and higher possibilities emerge spontaneously in your sphere of influence. You've become a living bridge between heaven and earth. And here's the most extraordinary thing about all of these transformations. They're just the beginning. Your power level isn't just over 9,000. It's continuing to rise exponentially. Each new ability unlocks pathways to even greater capabilities. Each insight reveals deeper mysteries to explore. This is the true nature of being a chosen one, not reaching a final destination, but embarking on an eternal journey of expansion. The power that's been unlocked within you isn't meant to make you special or separate from others. It's meant to help you serve as a way shower, demonstrating what's possible for all of humanity. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility, but also great joy. You've been chosen not because you're perfect, but because you're ready. Ready to face the challenges ahead, ready to help others awaken to their own potential, ready to participate in the greatest transformation humanity has ever experienced. Welcome to your true power level. Welcome to your destiny. The journey continues, and it's more extraordinary than anything you could have imagined. The only question that remains is, what will you create with your newly unlocked abilities? Let your light shine bright, chosen one. The world has been waiting for you.